Come on.
Today.
Let's talk about today.
Grand national state level, you have to run non-sales, wholesale.
Is 9,000.
The only mistake I made, I didn't put it in the registration booth with the
Just this ever-evolving story.
Happy Monday, everybody. Jason Schultz here with Logan Stevens up in the upper right corner. Randy and Kenzie, they're at Duff's Bar somewhere in Kentucky. We have Clay Zimmerman and his dad, Carl Zimmerman tonight with us. And Clay, you made like the coolest display I've ever seen. We got pictures and video of it at Dyersville at the toy show. Was that a couple weeks ago now, Clay?
About 2 weeks ago.
Okay. So give me, Carl, introduce yourself first. Give me your autobiography, your 30-second, and then we'll move to Clay, and then we'll start talking about this awesome display.
Okay. Carl Zimmerman, proud dad of Clay. We're farmers here in north central Illinois, corn and beans, 1,500 acre farm. Been here. My dad moved here in 1966. I was born into it, and this is all I've been doing my whole life.
How are your bushels per acre this year?
They're good. Last year was probably our best year ever, but they were right up there with them this year.
Good. So you said you're an hour south of Rockford?
Yeah. So if you come down, we're actually only about 15, 20 minutes away from the Sandwich Fairgrounds.
Oh, okay.
So we're right on Route 34, just east of a little town called Earlville, where we live at.
Nice. I like it. Yeah, Sandwich. We were in Sandwich, September, Kenzie? Yeah, early September. I think so. Yep. I made Kenzie mute herself. Her and Randy are at the bar drinking shots of tequila. So there's a lot of echoing. So it's all good there. Clay, so Chandler, our social media guru, was down in Dyersville, and we got some pictures and video of your Is it a display? Is it a diorama? How do we say this?
Display, diorama, layout. It's all pretty much the same.
It's amazing. How old are you, Clay?
14.
14. How long did it take you to make this?
We had a time crunch for a show because we didn't get working on it over the summer, and it was about
I interrupted you. How long did it take?
3 weeks.
3? Holy cow. That's amazing.
We had a bit of time crunch.
Did you start on it too late, or what was the deal?
Yeah.
We were trying to finish up harvest we had to get it ready for Janesville last year. We just finished up harvest, and we basically didn't even work on the combine or anything. We went ahead and started working on it as soon as we could, and it was every night after school and all weekend for those 3 weeks.
So it is amazing that you guys built this. I mean, it's unreal, and we're going to get into the details, and we have some pictures here a little bit that Kenzie's going to put up on the screen. But Clay, how old were you the first time you made one of these?
Probably 6.
Okay. Because I was a carpet farmer too. I'm 50 now. I remember carpet farming and tractor pulling and making noises. And my dad actually bought like little wooden tractors with my mom from like the Amish in Kelowna, Iowa. And I set up cool displays, but nothing ever like this. So it's amazing.
He's always been into the 1/64 scale. And
I never really took a liking to the big stuff.
Even at a young age, he would play with them, but he was more curious and wanted to always build displays. Saw stuff on YouTube all the time. So we just decided this is what we're going to do.
Do you guys have some social media handles that you want to share, Clay?
I have a Facebook.
Okay. You need to get a YouTube channel, kiddo. And I'm telling you that it would do very, very well. It would do very, very well. And you can get it monetized and maybe make a few bucks as well with it. That'd be all right. So seriously, whatever you're putting on Facebook, put it on YouTube because it's wild. I think like like you building that, like a day by day build, like one big video at the end. I think Kenzie would agree with me. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. So, before we start showing pictures, Clay, is there anybody you want to thank? Just kind of anything you want to talk about before we start showing some pictures, and then as Kenzie puts these pictures up, I want you to just kind of talk about what we're seeing in each picture. The Lindsey Campbell mini rod super driver. I made a tractor pulling birthday cake, and it took me forever. I can only imagine the time you have in it. So, have you ever made a cake, Clay?
No.
No, that's fair. That's
You
fair.
can make frozen pizza. That's about it.
Yeah, I can order pizza from Domino's when we're drinking, so I'm well known for that. So
Microwave's my best friend.
I like it. I like it. Again, Carl and Clay Zimmerman from Earlville, Illinois, with us. We're about to show Clay's amazing display that he had at the Dyersville farm show here. So, Kenzie, do you want to start clicking through these pictures? And Clay, just start kind of talk about this is your tractor?
Yeah, that was my tractor. We don't have
Okay.
it.
How old were you in that picture?
Probably 7.
Okay, so half of your life ago?
Yeah.
Where's that tractor at today?
Down in Peoria, Illinois, Clyde Nick Mishler bought it for Nick's son, and he's running in the stock class. We actually built that tractor before we had Clay. It was
That was his tractor.
It was my tractor for quite a few years. It had a 50 cube alcohol motor in it. We won points with it in 2012 at ITPA. And when he came along, of course, he's been going to pull since he was 6 months old and always loved it. And when he got old enough, it's like, let's build the stock motor and put it in there. We got the cage from some good friends of ours out at Prophetstown.
And the reason why I wanted that on there because I wanted it to be like the big one.
Love it. Absolutely love it. All right, so that's a cute little picture of you.
That's at
Would that helmet still fit you today, Clay?
No.
No? Okay.
Not even close. That was the first time he ever pulled, and he was excited.
That was actually my snowmobile helmet.
Oh. That picture is money. Logan probably has a picture like this, don't you think, Logan?
Oh, I got a couple like that. We might have to bring a couple of those out of the vault later.
The vault. I like it. All right, keep cruising there, Kens. All right, so start talking.
So, well, first off, I want to thank Josh and Sydney Sylvester,
Okay.
Jeff Osborne, Charlie Baker, who else? Ethan Fitzsimmons, Ryan Eckert, and just everybody who's helped me along the way.
So how did you pick Stella beer to put on your beer here?
So we're friends with Matt Castor.
Ah.
Don't hold that against us.
And he is a Stella drinker. And we were looking one night, just looking for stickers to put up, and we found those.
Because that was some of the comments I saw when we posted your event was why they picked Stella. So that's good.
Well,
we're gonna work on
and Miller Lite on there too. So
yep. No, that's good. That's good. What are we looking at here, buddy?
And that's also that pavilion was named after Matt Castor. It's the Matt Castor Memorial Pavilion.
You guys are good friends with him. I like this a lot.
Yeah.
I like this a lot. So what are we looking at here, Clay?
Displays 2-track operation. We do have the pits. That's pandemonium, which is regular basis. 2-track operation. Really all the stands are kind of based off Monroe, Wisconsin.
Okay.
That was going to be my next question. Is this based off of anywhere?
When we were first building it, we didn't try to base it off anything, but then we went to Monroe, Wisconsin for the summer hook, and we kind of realized that kind of looks like it.
Yeah. Is that the Weezer tractor, the silver tractor down there?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
We ordered a bunch of stuff from Ryan Eckert, and he just kind of threw that in there.
I think it is.
Yeah. So Ryan sells a bunch of toys and stuff. I'm not familiar with this world.
Well, Josh and Sydney Sylvester of J&S Customs.
Yeah, they designed the wrap on my tractor, and they made our toys. So yeah.
Ryan gets kits from various places, and then he finishes them. He's from Ohio.
Okay.
And we met him a couple years ago at the Lafayette Farm Toy Show. which is in March, and got to talking with him. So we've kind of worked with him on
We
some
have a lot of
ideas.
stuff.
Kenzie, there you go. All right. So yeah, we're gonna. Ooh,
That wasn't a good day.
That was built by my friend Ethan Fitzsimmons.
okay.
The story behind it was it got knocked off a shelf, so he basically took a Dremel to the inside and kind of glued everything back together and put some Eternals in it.
That's awesome.
That truck, I'm not sure who I got it from, but it's the only flip top I have, and I actually built a stand to prop it up with.
That's awesome.
Tell about the scale and
Oh, and that scale I hand built out of basewood, and
Janesville, what the guys
and
said.
everybody at Janesville. It's a toy show in
2 weeks.
yeah.
How many toy shows do you guys go a year?
About 6 or 7, depending on where they're at. Josh Osborne, that runs the 64 Farm Toy Store, has a 2-day show up at Janesville at the Holiday Inn Express. It's the first weekend in December.
Janesville, Wisconsin?
Yep,
Yes.
at the Holiday Inn.
And so he kind of got us going to different places, and from there,
That's actually where somebody told us to bring a display to Dyers.
and that led to going to Lafayette, and then we do like our local FFAs. We just did Mendota's Sunday.
Next Sunday will be Newark.
So we hit about 6 or 7 a year.
Wow. That's awesome.
takes it travels really well.
But it takes me about 3 hours to set
That
up.
was gonna, yeah.
What's
And
it take? What do you have to do to travel with it?
Well, here I got I don't know if they can see it, but I got a case, about 4 of these cases full of pullers that I have to stack in there with bubble wrap, just to make it sound, and about 4 of them, and just some various other boxes and things.
The base itself is 4x6. It fits nicely in our truck. We have made a framework that we could put another platform in, but so that always goes in the bed, and then our back
Everything
seat
else we
is
cram
in the
in there.
back seat, and
Wow.
constantly evolving on how we transport stuff, just to try to keep some room there. Because of course, every time we go to a toy show,
We're always bringing stuff home.
we're bringing more home than we took. So.
Of course you are. Can you keep whipping through the pictures, Kenzie girl? They're sitting there talking, having a good time. There you go. Keep going, Kens.
That's actually a really good shot of the track.
That is a cool shot.
I
How
have
much total space does it take up?
But like I say, it's 4x6.
4x6 sheet of plywood with about
Is
half
it? Okay.
of wood on the side.
And we measured it out. Since it's 1/64 scale, that track is actually 350 foot long.
And we
Nice.
put it at an angle so that they could have the entire track to show.
That is cool. So all these little so you buy all these little toy tractors like this?
We have custom made about 3 of them
Okay.
kits. I actually have one here. It's a little farm stalker 1066, kind of beat up looking. But that was a J&S Customs kit that I put together.
That
He's
is
slowly getting into customizing and building his own stuff.
We just set up my 3D printer that we're trying to figure out.
Yeah, I would say, I think because that's what J&S does, right? The 3D printing.
Yes.
So this sticker made me very, very happy, Clay. Very, very happy. I just want you to know that. So.
Oh, I've got stickers on one of the wobble wagons too.
Do you really?
I think it's in that slideshow.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So do they charge you to set up at these shows like this, or how does this work?
No, they don't. Usually
Well, some of them people have like invited us to.
Yeah, they shouldn't charge you because you guys are a destination. They better not be.
right.
So I want to double check. So
Like for Dyersville, for the national show, the Toy Farmer magazine, there's an entry form that they ship out, and you can go ahead and send it in, and then they will contact you later, and you probably send pictures of your display. because they what was it, 2 years ago we were out there and they
Yeah,
had
the 2023 they had like 37, and 22 of them were kids.
it was very crowded in there, so they're trying to keep more room so people can actually walk around and look at the displays better.
Nice. That is awesome. Kenzie, do we get any more pictures, or do we go through all of them?
Yeah.
And we do have, well, there's something there where we picked up a big totem. Yeah. Right there.
That is so cool. That is so cool. I love that. I can't believe it. I can't believe how realistic that is. How do you make the smoke out of the tractors?
That, you want to tell them since you figured it out?
It basically, Clay and I probably spend way too much time going to Hobby Lobby looking at stuff to try to get ideas.
It's probably the reason why the one in LaSalle keeps the lights on.
But we found some fabric that came in rolls because we had tried taking some cotton balls and stretching them out.
But they'd always just flop over.
And so we found his fabric, and there's actually a small welding rod inside that smoke plume
I think I have it.
that we can slide right in the exhaust stack and it'll stay. He once we got it combed out, he took some white paint and held it a long ways away to give it a little bit of gray to it, and then he hand painted red flame right down by the exhaust stack.
That's awesome.
Wow.
That is super cool. Carl, is this something that you did as a kid or got into it, or?
Not really. I mean, I had toy tractors growing up, but I never did displays or anything. Back in the ancient days, there was a few guys that would do it. I knew some model train guys, and it was always kind of amazing to look at that stuff. But once I had Clay, and he decided this is what he wanted to do, it's become kind of a passion for both of us.
It's probably taken off a little too much.
We've met some really great people doing this, from the collectors to other displayers. We've got friends all over the country now because of doing this. And Clay will sit there at night and draw out what he's going to do next for a display or try this.
I mean, I'll do that during class, but
our big thing, we both, like I said, we love tractor pulling to death, and we really wanted to do this to honor tractor pulling. Again, we've met some great people at the Pulse, from us pulling garden tractors up to some of our friends that run bigger tractors. It's always been a great community, and so we kind of did this to honor everybody.
It's awesome. Well, so like in the summer, if I wanted to have you come to a pull, Clay, and set up at the trailer, is that something you could do?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll definitely stay in touch on this. Who are some of, like, what classes do you love to go watch, Clay and Carl?
Pro stock, mods, light limited super at Badger.
I'm a 4-1 guy. I just love the 4-1 tractors. Mods from Outlaws, I love that class because of the variety.
Yep.
And pulling with ITPA for all them years, I really like the single engine mod class down there. It's something that's more attainable to me than a pro stock at this point.
Yep. Yeah. Pro stocks are called, you have to match up 6 little balls and then a power ball.
So Clay, on the whole display, if you could drive one of the tractors, which one would it be?
All right, Rampage.
Yeah.
Good choice.
I like it.
Well, what a display there. That's awesome. Very cool.
What, Clay, what's what's your dream out of all this? We're gonna let you go, but we're gonna bring you on for a longer segment next time. What does your what's your dream with this?
I want a light limited super algae burner.
Okay. I like it. What are you gonna name it?
That's a secret.
Oh. What color is it?
It's red, but it's Agco and it's not a Massey.
It's red. It's Agco. It's not a Massey. What are we doing there? Help me out,
He wants
Kenzie.
to build a cock shut.
Oh, like the levee leaper.
Yep. Something
There's one that pulls. Oh, I'm trying to think of the name of it. I saw it when I was running with the Outlaws. We went to Marthasville, Missouri. What's the name? It's a diesel. I'm trying to think of the name of it. I know who it is.
Okay, which one are you trying to figure out?
Go ahead, Kenzie.
Which one are you trying to figure out?
The light limited super stock. It's a cock shut. It's got the maroon.
Got a chance?
Yes, that's it. We just posted a picture of that tonight, didn't we? Yeah, on the Outlaw Facebook page, I think.
nice.
Well, Carl, Clay, we're gonna do this again. We're gonna get more time. Where are you guys heading next?
We're heading to our local show in Newark, Illinois, and
Okay.
then we'll have about a week off, and then we're heading up to Janesville, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
It's a 2-day show up there. This display will always be around, but
It's getting retired after that. It'll probably end up in this room.
we're gonna build a new one for Lafayette in March.
Okay. Well, Clay, what I want from you is you have my cell phone number now. Start let me know where you're going to be going and your picture of what you're taking, and we'll start posting that for you and let people know to come check it out. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. I love the father-son here, guys. It's awesome. Carl, Clay, thank you for your time. You guys have a good night.
Thanks
you.
for having us on.
Thank you.
No, good job. Good job. Good stuff.
That makes you feel good seeing how good he can conduct an interview there. That's super cool. I wish I had the artistic ability to do some of that stuff.
My dad and I would kill each other before we even got like we would get to the plywood and it would be over. It would be over like that. So
One little mistake and I'd throw my hands up with it, but
Yep.
because
all right,
I wanted
so
to
we're stacked up a little bit, but
Yeah.
Mike and Amanda Weakland are awesome human beings, and they have a badass truck and tractor pull in October, right, Kenzie? And in May, and we talked to them at Diesels and Dark Corners, and they just put some stuff out on their Facebook page. They what they do, Kenzie? They're two tracks added on. Let's bring Mike and Mandy on, please, Kenz. Let's let them talk for a little bit. So, hi guys.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Thanks for coming on tonight. We're just going to have you on for a few minutes, but you guys just had a huge event in October. How much money did you guys give to Make-A-Wish?
$50,000. We granted 10 wishes.
That is absolutely amazing. Round of applause for you guys. That is beyond cool. That's what it's all about. The money, is it donations? Is it from the gate? How do you guys, is it sponsorship? How do you guys raise that kind of money?
It comes from a lot of different places. So everything that we do in the shirt shack and the basket raffle that we have, that's all 100% for Make-A-Wish. That's what the pullers give back. That's what people just give, out of their pockets. The kids walking around taking donations. The pullers themselves granted more than one wish. The basket auction granted a wish. Our shirt sales in the shirt shack did its own wish this year, so it was phenomenal.
That is awesome. That is awesome. All right, guys. So, Mike, you're sitting there and you're bored because you only work 100 hours a week right now. You're like, I'm going to add on a second track, right?
Well, it was a bunch of scuttlebutt this past October, and we all know as pullers and as venues, you don't need a 10-hour show. You need a 4-hour show tops to our crowd does stick it out a lot, but as people that run it and that, we don't want to be out there till 2:00 in the morning. So I decided, let's try it and let's build another track. And with a lot of help of a lot of guys, it went in like 2 weeks.
That's amazing. Kenzie, can you share what some pictures and videos you have and then let Mike and Mandy talk about them?
So that the green is what we seeded down already. That was
Last year.
that was the original track and everything. We actually moved looking at the picture to the left of it. We put another 50-foot track in, a platform for bleachers and everything. We had to move the pit road down. Mike Lepley runs Hostile Superstock Diesel Pickup. He has a big excavating company local there. He brought in a big excavator and a rock truck, Merlot Construction, Joe Knoll has his own excavating company. We ran trucks for like 4 days straight. We were running 40-ton rock trucks, hauling all the fill in off of the farm. Talked to mom and dad. They were okay with us cutting a couple banks off, and we put it right back to the same way it was. The farm still gets farmed like it was and that, but like 110,000 yards of dirt we had to move to put that second track in.
That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. What do you got here, Mike?
That's just us laying all the clay in and all the fill and everything. We had some drone footage of all the, the banks we took off to get enough dirt. Over there to the left, you can see the real fresh dirt. That's the bank we took off and trucked it the whole ways across the farm to build the track in and that. We're going to put pit parking. We're going to add another probably 4 acres of pit parking because we took some out. I anticipate October. May's going to be big, but in October, we're definitely going to need some more parking.
That is awesome. I can see your guys' trailer up there in the top left corner of the picture.
Yeah.
It's hard to hide that bright pink and green thing.
It's not camouflage at all, Mandy. It's not camouflage at all.
Yep.
No, that is awesome. And what are your guys' dates for next year? Do you have? I know you haven't set yet. I didn't write them down.
It's always Memorial Day weekend, so I think that's
Okay.
May 22nd and 23rd, and always first weekend in October, so October 2nd and 3rd for our big Oktoberfest. We are bringing Appalachian Outlaws in middle of the summer. I think it's July 18th. We're bringing them in. It won't be quite as big a show as what we do in May and October, but it'll give some of those guys that, have pulled with us from the very beginning a chance to get back to Weaklands and pulling again, because it's so hard to have all of the classes in October. So we're going to have another show in July and bring some of those, more local classes back in so we can, support those guys as well.
That's probably the hardest part is like how as you grow an event and everybody's like, you forgot about us. So I like how you're handling that. I know I watched the video tonight, the Buck Motorsports Park, they're having a Grand National, and the promoter Lane, I don't know how to say his name, guy Zapto, I think, or something. He actually, for local pullers that aren't NTPA members, they're going to pay their fees. So I think that's cool that you're doing the Appalachian Outlaw thing. And then you still have classes for your local pullers at your May event, right?
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we'll have like a hot farm class, hot stock or whatever. We're going to have, I think Joey's going to bring in some of his street classes and that for May and that. October, me and you talked the other night, Jason, about some stuff. Everybody says all 2 tracks, so you can run more classes. No, you can't run more classes because the classes are already big enough and they're going to grow. So I think you're just going to run the same classes or, change 1 or 2 up, but you can't add more because it just makes the show even longer.
Yeah. Promoters, it doesn't do any good to have all these classes and you have to pay all this extra money when your stands are empty. Okay.
Exactly.
So I'm speaking to all of you, get the classes you want to have, pay them well, and then let's go home at 10. Right, Kenzie? Right, Kenzie? Kenzie's not even listening to me. She's just giving me. I muted them. They're at the bar. They have a drinking problem, so it's all good. It's all good. And Logan, he's still recovering from the PPL banquet, senior in high school there. So no, you guys are great people. We love what you're doing for the sport. We love the fact that you're pullers. I'm going to say this until the day I die, that pullers make the best promoters because you guys go to a lot of different venues. You cherry pick what you like here, and you want to bring that back to your home thing, and the passion you guys have and having 3 events. That's just crazy. That is just awesome. So
yeah, one thing that I think the only real complaint we had in October was some of the pullers was shower houses. We're already working on that. We're going to have shower houses for male and female. We're going to work on that for May. We should have that worked into the whole layout also.
Just bring them in the house, Mandy. Just put line like the Love Truck Stop. Charge $19.99 and then.
Listen, the building up behind the house where you see that our trailer is parked there, we do have a full shower in there. And the pullers that know us and have been here before, they take their buggies down and they shower down there. We had a lot of new people this year that didn't know that was an option, but the guys do shower up there. So they know that.
That's awesome. No, I mean, I'm from Iowa, and when I see this, I think the Field of Dreams. I mean, you guys are building, you build it and they will come. And like your event is known across the country now, and that's pretty neat. Because I told Mike this the other day. We were talking, and I was stuck in the DC airport, and we were talking on the phone, and I talked to Jim at Weimers, and he's like, Jason, I went to that Weaklands event. That's in the middle of nowhere. But hey, I mean, Kenzie rented 2 different cars to get to you guys that day, so it's all good.
I know. Thanks, Ken's.
Hey, just want to have you come on tonight and just talk about your updates, upgrades. When you guys have any new announcements, please let us know. Continue to be awesome. And then when is the truck going to be pulling again, Amanda? Are you going to Cloverdale? Somebody asked about that. Or
I don't know. We're kind of struggling with Cloverdale. My girls are competitive cheerleaders, and the same weekend that I pull in Cloverdale, they are actually competing in Indianapolis.
Okay.
So they're close together, within a half hour of each other. But that's a lot to try and fit into one weekend. So we're still up in the air on that.
Don't think I didn't think about going out and setting up and drive back and forth. That's in my mind, but that's a lot of work in a weekend. So I don't know what we're going to do yet.
Oh, I love it.
We're actually I talked to Kevin Campbell the other night. We talked about some sponsorship stuff and everything. And that's what he come right out and said. So you guys are ramping up this year. So what are you guys going to pull? And I said, I think we're just going to bounce around and hit some of the big stuff and do what we want to do and trying to push our venue more than anything this year, and then kind of back off and do a little bit of pulling.
There's not a better way to promote your own event by going to other events, inviting people back. And if you ever get a chance to talk to Chris Schreier with Toma, his dad was Dave Schreier, of course, but that's what they did back in the day when the NTPA circuit was countrywide. And then, they would go and they would invite people back to Toma, and they had hats and different things like that. So I love what you guys are doing. You're going to be super successful. You're good human beings, and keep living the dream. Thank you for being a promoter, because it is the most, it's like being the mayor of a small town. It's not always it's not always fun, if you know what I'm saying. So,
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Awesome.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Do you have anything else real quick?
No, we're good. Just we'll keep you posted. If you see anything, just reach out to us. You have our number. Give us a call.
Yep. Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
I think that's safe to say that's Kenzie's favorite truck and tractor pull in the whole world, the Weaklands power pull there. And I have them muted because they're in a bar and it was kind of echoey, but she gave me the thumbs up on that. So we're kind of buzzing through them tonight. We started off with Clay and Carl Zimmerman. Clay had that really awesome display at Dyersville. That was Mike and Amanda Weakland, the Weaklands power pull. Am I saying that right, Kenzie? So would they call it the power pull? Weaklands power pull, right? Yeah, they're having one in May and in October, and they just went to 2 tracks. And now we're going to bring on Kyle Petch. It's banquet season. It is banquet season. I'm heading to the Ozarks this Friday for the Outlaw banquet, and let's bring on Kyle. He is he's a C. What is he again? We'll have him. He's like a big deal. He's like a big deal with the Outlaws. He runs it from day to day, and let's talk to him about what we can expect this weekend from the Outlaw banquet. So Kyle, hi Kyle.
How's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great.
So besides pulling, I know this is like the busiest week of your life getting ready for the banquet, you and Lori and everybody. Yeah. They just had the big PPL banquet. The NTPA banquet's in a couple weeks. The national associations, they highlight banquet season. There's all the state level stuff has banquets as well. But it's kind of always exciting to see what news is coming out, rules and stuff like that. So what can the fans expect? And we'll be down there. We'll be covering it for Full Pull. I'll be down there myself. We'll be interviewing some pullers, Mike Idle and I, and just any news that comes out of the Outlaw banquet, we'll be sure to get it out there on social. But what's it like for you this week, Kyle? I know you can't really give any secrets away, but where are you at mentally, Kyle? How you doing?
Doing great. Actually kind of starting to recover a little bit from pulling season, being gone every weekend. But tractor pulling is always top of mind, and we're getting ready. But yeah, we're getting ready to crown 21 champions this weekend. You look at the number of classes that we have in Outlaw, it's just unbelievable amount of support that we have. And so last few years we've been getting together at Margaritaville down in Lake of the Ozarks, an absolutely great facility. We've got a lot of great pullers down in Missouri, so it's a way to bring them down into that area. And so our week is really filled with, we handle all of our rules at that point. So if nobody's familiar with how Outlaw handles our rule process, right at the end of the season, everybody will submit stuff into a class reps. The reps then will turn it in, and our board has had some time to review stuff. Board meeting and everything on Friday, and then Saturday morning we'll have a general meeting for all of our members, and they will break out into classes, review, make any suggestions, rule changes, things like that, bring it back to the board, and we'll enact and bring on some new rules for the 2026 season. And that process has worked pretty well. It allows us to have members give some input into how their classes are run. And then Saturday night, we will have our banquet. And actually, I skipped over Friday night. We have a big reception that we'll have a band at. And most everybody shows up Friday night. And it's really a good big party for everybody to kind of celebrate the season. And then next night on Saturday is our awards presentation and talk about new exciting things that we have coming up for 26.
Awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun. What are some of the proposed rules that you think that are kind of engaging for some of the classes?
You know, we've got all kinds of things. We've got everything from scaling procedures to turbos to tires to a wide gamut with it. But, you know, EFI is something that is a topic of discussion that is being looked at with it. I think we've got some of the turbo things already handled. If you haven't heard, in our 4.1 class, we are going to a box turbocharger in our 4.1 class. So most of that discussion's already kind of happened early to.
Yeah, you shocked the internet with that by putting it out before the banquet.
And the reason we did that was to just kind of get ahead of the game, because if we waited till now to kind of work on that, you know, that's already a month or so gone, and we know what's happening. People are able to prepare for that. Parts, it was our selected turbo supplier for that, so it allows them a chance to start building up supply. And the thing we wanted to do that was really to have a wide assortment of turbos sitting on a pallet and randomly ship them out, so no preferential treatment or anywhere to anyone. So it takes some time to get that done. So that's why we went ahead and made that announcement earlier with that one. But yeah, there's always things that can be tweaked and improved with rules, and as times and technology change, there's always advancements.
Just curious on that. How many turbos would cover your 4.1 class?
The number that we'll need for that class?
Yeah.
It's a great question. You know, we could be upwards of 25 or so in that. You know, it just depends on who decides to come and run and what happens in other organizations and things. But
how do they know, like, if I'm a tech official, how do I know that it's an Outlaw 4.1 approved 4.1 charger?
It will be sealed, I believe.
Okay. So cool.
And if you're just coming to run with them for a one hook deal, you'll still have to run that charger.
Correct. Yep.
Cool. And that's one thing, Kyle, that the Outlaws have always been criticized for or applauded, right? Is you hear, oh, Doug Roberts just wanted to make his own sandbox back in the day to keep his members in there. And then Kurt bought the Outlaws and has been very, very successful with them and clearly expanded in. I think you guys have the largest footprint in all of polling for how many states you guys cover. Like your Super Farm class, it's a 3.7 turbo, I believe. But, you know, that's super, super competitive and you have awesome numbers in it. When somebody comes to you, Kyle, and says, well, you guys are just trying to create your own sandbox, like the 5.0 Pro Stock. You guys started the 5.0 Pro Stock. That is now a nationwide class. Mm-hmm. I feel the next nationwide class that you guys started is your 7,400 pound mod class with the different engine combinations and stuff like that. What do you do, Kyle, when somebody comes up and says, oh, you Outlaws don't want to let any outsiders come play with you? And I know you get some of that. How do you respond to that?
That's not how we look at it. What we're trying to do is really have reliability and then also know that everybody's really playing on a level playing field from a turbocharger perspective with that. And, you know, there's a lot of different aspects you can look at, a lot of different ways people look at it, but it's not us trying to create our own sandbox or anything like that to keep people from going and pulling only with us type of a thing. And I think that 5.0 Pro Stock class is a good example of that. You know, it's a reliable charger. And that class is growing all over. And, you know, it could have looked like, yeah, that was something that we were trying to create in our own sandbox, but all of a sudden people saw the benefit of doing that and the performance and just a great class out of that. So no, it's not a known sandbox thing. It's more trying to just keep things living and have competitors available for our promoters. I see Ron Stone sitting there just piping right in. That's exactly what I was going to say. It allows us to say that, hey, we know that we're going to have vehicles for that class, you know, towards the end of the season.
No, and that's exactly right. I love it. I love it. I pulled the Outlaws for many years. I love it. Do you call like the NTPA and PPL and like, hey guys, we're going to a box charger, and do you guys try to go together, or is it pretty much every association? How do the major associations work together or not work together at that level?
We've got good relationships between the different organizations, and you know, there's always conversations, and you know, I don't think anybody really wants to go clear out on their own, you know, because there's only so many competitors out there, and things are they're always getting more expensive. And so, you know, we have conversations, but you know, each organization still has to do what they feel is best for their competitors, their territory, their promoters, and things like that. And this is what we've decided to do. So,
gotcha. How many cold beers are you going to have Saturday night after the banquet, Kyle?
Saturday night after the banquet, probably a couple.
Okay, a couple.
We just leave it at a couple. A couple may lead to a few.
If you do not know Kyle Petch, and I don't need to kiss his ass, but he is a good human being. This is his first year really stepping up and running the Outlaws with Kurt's guidance, because we all know that Kurt's still very, very active with the Outlaws. And it's why the Outlaws are amazing, and they continue to grow. And you're turning promoters down because there's only so much live streaming equipment, Kyle. We can only do so many live streams in one night, buddy, for the Outlaws. So.
Yeah. There's promoters always asking us, and we're going to announce a few new polls this weekend as well that we've got coming up. And yeah, it's a problem. There's only so many weekends and so many days in June, July, and August. Yeah. And September.
Well, Kyle, I just wanted to bring you on tonight. We'll see you here in a couple of days. Excited to see what's coming up for the Outlaws. Yeah. Again, we'll get it all out on social media this weekend for those of you that cannot be at the Outlaw banquet. So, Kyle, thanks for your time. And
Thank you.
Talk soon.
Yep.
See you, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kyle.
Waiting for Kenzie to push the button. There she is. So, Kenzie, how are you? You said they're going to kick you and Randy out of there in 30 minutes?
Well, yeah, pretty much. They close at 10, so.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And it's 9:17.
I guess you're on real time out there.
We're on real time.
It's not real time. It's weird time.
It is weird time. It's the future.
It is not.
Well, in case you've been living under a rock and you didn't turn on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, there's been a whole bunch of polls that have been announced that are going to go NTPA Grand National this season. And Macon, Missouri is one of them. And I got the poll there. Kenzie, when did we run the 4-1 down there? 22 and 23? 22? With the Outlaws? Go ahead and mute yourself again, Kenzie. Her and Randy are in a restaurant down there in Kentucky somewhere. But we got Cody Lewis and Steve, I think it's Steve Schaus coming on. Kenzie, do you want to bring them on? Or do you want me to bring them on? There they are. They're there. Hey, guys. How are we doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good. So you guys get Pro Polling League Poll of the Year, and the next day you go NTPA. I've seen all the comments. You guys are assholes. So let's just cut right to it. I know the real reason, but I want you to get on here and explain it to the world that you're not assholes and you're awesome promoters. Macon, Missouri is a badass event. I've been there myself. I talked to a couple of pollers today, a couple unlimited pollers. that are excited to be coming down there, and they love your grounds. There's some NTPA heritage there. But Cody, can you kind of just, for the record, set the story straight on why you did what you did?
So we were a fill-in date when we did our poll last summer, and we knew this. And Jonathan and Christy told us, hey guys, you won't have a date next year, and we'll have to work on that. And they did everything in their power to try to get us a date that would work with our park. They had dates. They had dates available, but our park was not available. And it's very surprising how rented our city park stays, our county park. So that's the gist of it. We could not get a date, and to absolutely make it known that PPL did everything that was ever asked of them, and we had a wonderful show.
Yeah, no, and you guys got Pull of the Year. How great is that for your volunteers and the momentum you can build off of that heading into 26, Cody and Steve?
Well, Steven knows. Steven's been working this pull for lots of years.
Okay,
and I just pulled there, 20 years ago, and
right.
And Steven needs to talk about our volunteers because they've been there forever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Steven.
It wouldn't happen without them. I mean, we all owe all the credit to them. I mean, they've been with us no matter what we ask. They're there and day and night helping us out to get everything going. And it's nice. It's very nice to win an award and give it back to them. They're out there. Like I said, most of them been with us. It's about the 10th year. I've been roughly 10 years been promoting out here on the deal since we started. It's been, I forget now when we started with the Outlaws, when we brought it back. And then I used to be on the Show Me Showdown crew back in the heyday, back with the TPA days and even the ATPA and PPL stuff. So no, to be able to do that for everybody that helps out, because we got a lot of them that have been on there forever. So it's really nice.
It was a huge announcement on the NTPA Facebook page. I know a guy who has access to the insights, me, and that Facebook post reached over 100,000 people. Okay, what reach means in Facebook means it's on that many people's timelines. So doesn't mean that many people opened it yet, guys, but it means when somebody opens their timeline, they're going to see your post about the Show Me Showdown there. The history of this event, guys, it's known across the country. You know what I mean? It's well known, and I'm selfishly excited because I work for Full Pull. We get to come down there. We get to show off your venue. We've done it with the Outlaws. Well, we teamed up with the Outlaws last year with Full Pull Live, but we teamed up with NTPA, Grand National, and then Region this year. The spotlight we can put on this event, guys, I get goosebumps just thinking about it because this is one of those OG gangster 50-plus year. I mean, and that's what people always say, I want a big pull. I want to be like Bowling Green, or I want to be like Toma, or, I want to be like Macon, Missouri. Guys, it does. You can't build that in 5 years. I don't care who you are and how much money you throw at it. It just takes time, and it takes the fans really just falling in love with your venue. So
we've got one of our track preparers that run, John Farrington, that is on the track every pass. He has been there since the very first Grand National.
Yeah.
And he has worked that track every year.
How old is he now?
I'm sorry, John. I don't know exactly how old you are, but John's got to be, man, he's up in his 60s anyway.
Yeah.
Good. No, I like it. Robert Davidson, we all know him, Red Iron Pro Stock. So what classes are returning to Macon, Corey or Steven? Do you guys have those memorized, or can we announce them yet, or is it too early? I don't want to get in trouble. I get in trouble all by myself.
I mean, we're good to announce them whenever everybody else is. It's we got the mods, the mod 4-drive, the mini rods, light supers, 2-wheel drive, pro stock, diesel super stock diesel 4-drive, and the super stock open.
Holy crap. That's freaking awesome. And when he says mods, he means unlimited, guys. They're bringing the unlimiteds in. So, right?
Just the mods.
Yeah, no, I think
just the mods. Okay, I screwed up. I screwed up there. That's my bad. So,
I think the unlimiteds have a whole house full of hooks.
Well, that's what I kind of wanted to go down this segue a little bit. I read the comments. I don't respond to the comments because I feel like some people should have to pass an IQ test before they post on Facebook, and I don't want to engage with those fellers. I got a funny story about a lady on an airplane that Mackenzie and I can joke about later. But So you guys promoters, I saw some comments. Why would Pro Pulling League and the or in the Outlaws let Macon, Missouri go? They talked about that already. Cody and Steven said, hey, these are the classes we wanted, but I'm sure Greg at the NTPA said, oh, guys, we already got this many hooks for the Unlimiteds, or, diesel supers don't want to pull back-to-back weeks, 6 weeks in a row. I have one of them. I understand that. So kind of go into the class selection, Steven and Cody. It's not as easy. It's not like going to the buffet saying, I want that, that, and that. Why did you guys pick what you did?
Well, I'm an alcohol guy.
Yep.
And with the exception of the diesel four-wheel drive trucks, I mean, they put on an outstanding show. I'd love to drive one of those. Van Hazley, I'd love to drive that truck. I'm just saying.
Cody, he builds them every day, Cody. So.
Well, not in my budget.
Cody, there's a Cody Lee in Texas that supposedly is going to have 4 or 5 of them. I think you just go
that budget.
Stick it on there and just say, I'm with Cody Lee. I'm his second cousin from another mother. So.
And Steven's the diesel guy. So that's kind of.
Yeah, Steven, I love you. Those smart little guys, they're a little different. They drink a little too much. They smoke a little too much. They're a little different.
We talked about the diesel classes, and I want to get Blake Graves to Macon, Missouri. So it's been a long time since I've seen Blake Graves.
Yeah.
So I definitely wanted that diesel class.
We have a bunch of people watching right now on Facebook and YouTube. For those of you that are Macon, Missouri lovers and fans, what are some of your early memories of Macon, Missouri and the Show Me Showdown? That's what I like to hear about. I just turned 50 last weekend, guys, and I'm getting old. I'm hoping I live a while yet, but I don't know how much I will with all the anxiety of all the stuff we do every day. But the memories, Steven, what's your earliest memory of the Show Me Showdown as a kid?
Oh boy, probably back when it used to be the monster trucks would come with the events. We had Bigfoot out here several years.
Awesome.
Jim Kramer was out here with Bigfoot, and I remember one of his events. He used to get out and walk on the tire and step on the track, and then he'd ride the tire up and climb back in the cab. And we had him, and they had Bigfoot tracks here and heavy Chevy, and just back when it used to be before the monster trucks took off on their own, and just the crowd here, because it used to be. For Macon, it used to be back in the day when there wasn't many pulls. You had Bowling Green and Toma, and Macon was on that caliber back then. Yep. And that's what we like it for the town. I mean, what it brings into the town, the economy for the motels and the grocery stores and the gas stations is just, it's nice when it's busy.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, if you're a local town or a tourism department, you want to have a truck and tractor pull come in because fans and pullers spend a lot of money. The economic impact on these, it's solid. It's very, very solid. Cody, what's your earliest memory of the Show Me Showdown?
So my earliest one memory is Jasky's four-wheel drive, but that's back when it was Blue Ox or something, I mean, that was a long time ago. But as far as modern day world, it would be Tim Engler and the Banners.
Oh yeah.
And then Macon kind of felt like Connors's white was theirs. And that tractor got more applause than almost any other pulling vehicle year after year. And throughout the town during the year, you'd hear in the coffee shops people talking about that tractor. Yeah. So, and now Lustig turned it into a pro stock, right?
You get womp womp.
Well, he better be here then.
We'll get him.
Call him, Jordan.
Jordan, we're calling you out. Jordan Misty, you need to be in Macon. That's
another memory. You bring that up is the Arfons. Whenever the Arfons used to be here, and then they even brought the 4-wheeler that year and had out here in the track that turbine 4-wheeler that he had, or whatever. Yeah, he had that went down the track with it. It was pretty cool.
Yep. No, those were the showmanship days. They really were the entertainment value of a truck and tractor pull. Because pulling put Monster Truck on the national stage, and it just took off on its own. And I don't know if you guys got a chance. The Buck Motorsports, they released they're going Grand National this year as well.
Yep.
And they actually go back and watch that video. They actually did the history of it, and the former owner kind of talked about they couldn't have a truck and tractor pull every weekend. That's what they were known for, to go through all of that. So, all right. So the last 24 hours, last 72 hours, you guys have just been just a buzz. You still probably haven't caught your breath yet. But what has been the reception from your fans, the town, that you guys are having an NTPA Grand National this year?
Go ahead.
So I think we've had tons of wonderful comments from fans, from spectators, from different states, because NTPA doesn't have a ton, a footprint.
Yep.
In Missouri. So that's kind of a exciting thing. So the only negative that we have is that some of our local classes, local pullers, we don't have a class, and so that if you want a negative, that is the negative. And
it's hard, and I'm glad that you're addressing that. You're not living in la la land. And that's why, honestly, Cody, I've got to know you. You're just straight. You're a straight shooter, and you just tell it like it is, and I like that. But that's the hardest thing for a promoter as you grow an event. It really is. You can't have. We talked about it. I don't ever want to see more than a 4-hour show anywhere.
Right.
And because what good to do to spend the money if something's going down the track at 11:30 at night and you only have a tenth of your crowd left? You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there because I love pulling. I'll stay till 3 a.m, but that's not family friendly. You know what I mean? We talk about making the sport family friendly.
That's one of our major stresses.
Yeah.
Is because if you go from 100 hook show that you did, 3 hours and it was just everything went perfect. Now, if you go to 150 hooks, you don't have to be just 100% better. You've got to be so much more efficient to make that happen in a 3.5-hour time frame, and it needs to happen in a 3.5-hour time frame.
Yeah, it does. Well, and another thing too, like having a Grand National or a big Champions Tour event or a big Outlaw event, it's also something that as pullers you want to build up to. I think one of the biggest knocks I have on pulling is we created so many classes because we want to appease Jill and Jack and Bill and Harry, and so their pump's this much bigger or their turbo's this much bigger. I live in Richland Center, Wisconsin, 5,000 people, guys. We have 17 churches that all believe in God.
Oh,
it's kind of what pulling does too. It's so fragmented out there, and that's what I like about like a national organization to come in. These are the rules. You build up to that if you want to pull at that level. And
we were at Whistler this summer, and I don't want to be off on my hooks, but I think it was something like 142, 143, something in that neighborhood, and they did a rock star of a job. The show did not go too long. It was impressive. So it can be done in a time frame.
Yeah. No, the Outlaws, they have a special, I don't know what they do, but man, they hammer stuff through.
They do.
They done that. It's hard for us, like live streaming a 2-track show with the Outlaws or like a Bowling Green. Kenzie, what are some other ones that are hard to keep up with? The end release tough.
Yeah.
Trying to think
basically any fast-moving 2-track show with
right.
talkative announcers.
Well, because you want to get a replay up, you want to get a leaderboard up, and the next track starting and stuff like that. But that's just live stream trouble, so it's all good.
So you're almost 3 months from your event, you're almost 8 months from your event to the day. Where are we starting with getting ready for the 2026 event?
So our title sponsor of last year, which is Sheraton Valley, they are back on board.
Nice.
And just actually talked to them not too long ago today. And
that's a good feeling. That's a good feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
We have a pretty big punch list of how we can make our customer service, if you will, better, because that's what Steven and I feel. Steven does everything to do with the track. That's all him. None of that's me. Steven really. The poll doesn't need me, but the poll has to have Steven or it doesn't exist.
He's wrong on that here.
I just do the talking.
And he does a good job at it.
Every poll needs a talker, Cody.
But we're working on our sponsors, and we've got just a pretty big punch list of what we can do better, because that's what I want. I want the pullers to leave. Steven wants the pullers to leave and say, man, we didn't want for anything. and that's important.
We want to be that go-to destination. We want that, we want them to want to come back, not just because it's on the schedule, not just,
Right.
Go run points there and just to be there. So
I remember going to Chapel Hill 20 years ago, and we pulled into Chapel Hill, and I mean, the case of water was right there, and the soda was right there, and I mean, they're handing it to you. You haven't even parked the hauler yet, and that's what we strived to do.
No, it's awesome. Well, I don't want to run you guys out. I know you're busy. I said 15 minutes. Thank you for choosing NTPA Grand National. They're not going to disappoint you. I spent the last 2 years of my life with them, working for Full Pull Live, and it's awesome. And the classes you have, pretty cool. So I'm pretty excited. My tractor will be there, and as long as it's running, because I never say that week after week. But I'm really proud of you guys. It's been fun, Cody, talking to you on the phone, and Stephen, it's great to meet you. And Macon's a great place. We're excited to be there coming up. So Show Me Showdown. What are the dates again, guys?
July 16th, 17th, and 18th.
So Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, right?
I do have to give a shout out just because, just for being a good dude. I don't even have a 650. Can't even pull at my own pull, right? And Larry Peterson, Profab, he said, no problem. I got you covered.
That's awesome.
No
Mick Broughton's going to be excited because a couple of these
Hey, I haven't seen Mick in 20 years either.
a couple of these early announcements didn't have four-wheel drive trucks, and Mick was going to sell everything and build a Mini. He was going to go on a diet, everything, because he wants some new hits as well. So I don't know if he's watching tonight, but I hope so. So
Jason, you going to be in Florida in a couple weeks?
Yes, sir.
We'll see you down there.
Awesome. It's going to be fun. It is going to be fun. Cody Lewis, Stephen Schaus, everybody, Macon, Missouri, going NTPA Grand National. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you
it.
very
Thank
much.
you. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
I mean, Randy and Logan, I feel like I'm doing all the talking tonight. I feel bad, guys. Are you mad at me, Randy?
Well,
Randy's not mad.
Randy's muted, so
You're good.
Yeah.
Not that we can hear you guys
That's
anyway.
to my vehicle soon.
Who likes popcorn? Raise your hand.
Yeah.
Who likes butter on their popcorn?
Extra.
Extra butter.
extra butter.
Better.
Extra. Oh, Randy, well done.
Yeah.
Well done, Randy Fishbaugh. If you don't know who we're having on next yet, I guess you're going to be kind of crazy. Don't do it yet, though, Kenzie. So,
Okay, good.
is it the Allen War Coliseum? Is that what it is called, Randy? I think so. Fort Wayne, Indiana. My dad used to live in Bremen, Indiana, and I lived in Wisconsin, and I would drive up to Bremen, and I would go to this truck and tractor pull with my dad. And back in, I think, the ATPA days, and we'll let Russ talk on that. But if you saw over the weekend, Saturday, Russ, it's the Yoder challenge. They're having some cool challenges. I'm going to talk about that, but they're having an indoor pull. So NTPA is heading back inside to the Fort Wayne Allen War Coliseum. I'll let Russ do it. So Kenzie, that was a terrible opening, but bring Russ on. So Russ Yoder.
Hey, how are you?
Good evening.
Man. Hey, thanks. I know you're busy. Thanks for coming on tonight. Excited to see your announcement of your poll coming up March 6th and 7th, right? Friday night, Saturday night?
Yes, sir.
And it's more, you guys are having a monster trucks during the day and a truck show. I mean, what, this is awesome, Russ. I love it. What made you decide to do all this?
Well, ever since the MEC decided to change management and go a different route, Travis Hosteller, who used to do the track there, always did a great job there with the track and the dirt. We'd always talked about if there was ever a time we could get in Fort Wayne Coliseum, that'd be a pretty cool show down there. And I also went there back in the early 2000s when ATPA was there. And, for back then it wasn't run too bad, but I think we can do a lot better than it was at that time. But the date opened up where we could combine the monster truck show and a tractor pull and kind of maybe benefit from both of us being there on the same weekend. And we got that opportunity. So we took full advantage of it, and we're going to do the tractor pull there next year in 2026. So
how long have you guys been kind of working on this, Russ?
Probably the last 6 or 7 months or so is when we first started figuring out that we could actually do something together and join the monster trucks and the tractor pull on the same weekend.
Now, did you find a monster truck promoter, or how'd you put all this together?
Yeah, so kind of the way it fell into place was Travis actually kind of got an emergency call to go down and help the promoter of the monster truck show. I guess apparently the excavator that was helping put the dirt in there, I don't know, abandoned him or something like that. And so Travis went down and did it for him. And that was kind of the connection to get in the Coliseum, was that time when Travis had to go down and do the dirt for them.
Good deal.
Nice.
Okay, as I read through your press release, so 12 pro stock tractors, 6 two-wheel drive trucks, 6 super semis, 12 minis, 6 3.0 diesel trucks, 6 hot farm tractors. So it looks like it's an invite only type of a deal. So it looks like 4 Grand National and then the Region 3.0 and the Region hot farm tractors. How is that working for the 12 pro stocks? How are you selecting 12 pros?
Yeah, so the Grand National will be selected on the top for the 12 vehicle classes will be the top 10 points for Grand National this year, and then 2 promoters' choice, and then the 2 classes.
Did you pick yourself, I hope, as the promoter's choice in the pro stock class?
Yeah, I think I'll end up going. I guess I don't know. Hopefully,
I would
make it there.
I mean, who doesn't?
And then
want
the
to
2 classes 6 will be the top 5 and 1 promoter's choice, and then the region classes, the 3.0 trucks and the hot farm, will just be all promoter's choice. But we'll probably go more towards the top finishers from each region, or from each region 2. But there's 2 different classes there on each region.
Nice.
2.
I love it. Have you heard much from? Yeah, go ahead, Logan.
Tell us a little bit about this Yoder Popcorn Champions Challenge and how that's playing into this whole event.
Yeah, so Mike Ott is actually helping us as well. He's kind of the we'd call him the general manager of the whole thing. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't be doing this as a promoter if Mike wasn't in my back pocket. He does a great job with all the behind the scenes stuff. And it was one of his ideas, actually, was to somehow promote it with a little bonus somehow. And we just decided to do a $5,000 bonus. And if the champion from last year's points for the whole season, if they end up winning the indoor for the best weekend, as far as placings and stuff, they'll get the $5,000. If they don't defend their title, then everybody who beats them with the combined 2-night total, they split the $5,000 amongst each other.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
That is cool. So who do we got there? Let me look through the list here. So pro stock, that's Simons, right? Simons and Meyer, right, Kenzie?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
2-wheelers would be Chase Richardson.
Yep.
Correct.
Semis, who won semis this year, Kenzie? Was that RJ?
Simon's won the semis too, I believe.
Yeah, because I think you
I thought the guy from Minnesota won.
Oh no, Pat Island just
Yeah.
passing.
You're right.
Yep, modified minis. Yeah, because Islands came out and they won the first 2 hooks. They swept Toma and Hutchinson, and they got second up in Door. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And then modified minis
Kester.
at Kester. Yep, good deal. That's a little extra incentive for them. I like that. How'd you think of that, Russ?
Well, again, that was Mike's idea. We were going to come up with something. We wanted to do a little extra added bonus money somehow, and we just thought that we kind of wanted to call those 3 classes the premier classes of the show. That's why we made 2 of them bigger. It's maybe going to be hard to get 12 semis there, and there's just only so much time. Again, like you were talking earlier with your guests, we don't want to be there longer than 3 or 3.5 hours. After that, it kind of ruins the show sometimes. So we want to keep it somewhat short, but we kind of like to have the 2 of my favorite classes are the minis and pros. So we wanted to have the most of those of any. And then we'll throw in this little extra bonus money to maybe, sometimes it's not about the money for pullers. It's just about like the ego trip you get to say, hey, I took $5,000 from you. So it's just something, an added bonus.
I love it.
How's the logistics behind? Let's take it from a fan's perspective. The pits and stuff. Will the fans be able? Where are you guys having the pits? How will the fans be able to get in, get around, meet people? And then how's kind of the whole logistics of the show going to run?
So I don't know if you've ever been to the Coliseum or not, but it's huge. And so everything will be all connected. You never have to go walk outdoors. The Pride show, or the Pride and Shine show, that we're trying to have some semi trucks and trailers and all that stuff come in. It's all going to be on a wing off of the pulling track. The pits will be it's actually underneath the basketball and hockey arena, which is also indoors there as well. It'll be downstairs underneath that. But this place is huge. You could have a 500-foot track in there if you wanted to. Obviously, we're not going to, but we're going to have a 300 to 320-foot track in there. But everything will be under one roof, and you'll never have to walk outside if we do happen to have inclement weather or something like that.
Yeah, it could be 70 degrees in March, or it could be 30 degrees in March. You know how that goes. So
exactly. Yep.
Good times. No, I'm telling you guys, this facility is top notch. I've been there. I mean, the pits he's talking about and stuff like that, and to have it all inside like that, the pullers appreciate it. They don't have to go outside or anything like that. They roll them up and away we go. I like you're limiting the numbers too, Russ, to keep it that 3.5 hour show or less, like you want that. And that's what the fans want. That common fan, they don't want to sit there for 6 hours and
yeah, we're looking for about a total of 50 hooks. We want to start on time, and we want to run them through as fast as we can. It might take a little bit of time, especially the first night. Hopefully we don't have a lot of rehooks or anything. First time venue like that, first time with the dirt, first time with the sled and all that kind of stuff. So, hopefully we don't have a lot of do-overs, and we can get it right or get it close the first time through. Because with 6 different classes, that's 6 different test hooks. So it may just take a little bit of time that first night, but hopefully we can get it dialed in pretty quickly.
What was the last year they had a national truck and tractor bowl there, Russ? Do you know?
When was the last time?
Yeah, what year?
I think ATPA did it in 04 and 05 or 03 and 04, one of those. So about a good 20 years.
Nice. Now, Mike Ott, he's got monster truck experience, right? And then he also ran Bowling Green. I think he worked for Feld Motor Company. I think Feld, right?
Correct.
Okay. And that's owned by Disney, I believe. And then he was the big blue shirt for a number of years out there at this place called Bowling Green. It's pretty good at running truck and tractor pulls. So
yeah, so he also helped with Mike Connie and the Mac trailers down in Louisville.
Okay, so that's right. I forgot.
He'll put that on for a couple of years while they were there.
Yeah, that was a neat show. That was a neat show. I like that. So
yeah,
good stuff. Good stuff.
Jason, are you doing streaming on Full Pull?
Oh yeah, if it's NTP, we're there. We are there. It'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. So, Amanda Stern's driving from Illinois. She can't wait. What's been the reception, Russ? What are you hearing from like pullers and fans? I know it's only been a couple days since it's been official, but what have you been hearing?
Yeah, I'm starting to get calls and texts from people I haven't talked to for a while. Imagine that.
Yeah.
No, I like talking to my friends and stuff from the pulling world, and so no, this is just something else we can talk about. But of course, some disappointed people out there that complain that their class didn't get included. But you can never keep everybody happy.
Right. That makes it tough. Yeah, Dan Mayer, he's the Rain Man of pulling, just texted me and said 2005 ATPA. So
yep.
That was the year right before Lucas it turned from ATPA to PPL, and Lucas Hoyle ended up with it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What year were you born, Logan?
I was born in 2007.
Okay, cool. We're getting there.
So we're inching closer to my time, but
let's talk about the pro stock a little bit, Russ. Extra butter. Talk about your season.
Well, like every off season, I think I'm going to go make a lot of pulls and really take a lot of time to go pulling, and then pulling season comes and I get busier and we add to our business, and we have 6 kids that are running around, and it just seems like we never get there. So I'm going to do the same thing again this year. Probably. I like to make it to a lot of hooks and try and get the tractor out and running good again. It's been quite a few years now that we've actually had it out and been really competitive. So of course, as you know, you get up to these higher level classes and it's a lot of work and a lot of breakage and a lot of fixing and everything else. So one of these times we'll figure it out and we'll make a bunch of passes on it again. But it sure is fun when everything's running right and things are holding together compared to changing tires a couple times a year and breaking things all the time. So, but
Yeah,
hopefully this year will be the year we get back into it and keep it
for
running.
somebody who's a good businessman, tractor pulling sure doesn't make a lot of sense, does it, Russ?
It's hard sometimes, isn't it? When you should be doing one thing, but you just want to go pulling.
Yep, 100%.
That can't be any more true.
Russ, you said you like the Pro Stocks and the Minis. So since you have extra butter, are you going to buy them? Are you going to build a Mini and call it one small kernel?
I don't know if I want to drive a Mini, to be honest with you.
You do. You do.
I'm sure we can figure you out a ride for your poll here.
Well, I've already been offered several times to swap rides on certain nights, and I've declined every time so far. I don't know. One of these times I'm going to take up the offer, though, probably.
It's nice, Russ, because the brakes are on the outside. It's easier to think left and right than it is driving your tractor.
Well, my brakes are left and right. My clutch is in the center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I knew that.
That was the first time I drove a Mini. I drove a small block, and I was all excited because I've been known to hit the wrong brake over earlier years of my career, and it was like, okay, they're way out here and way out here, so I can't screw this up. So it was fun.
Absolutely. You said you got a lot of phone calls from people you haven't talked to trying to be the promoter's choice, right?
Well, I think that's what they're after.
Yeah.
I just like giving them a hard time, But,
absolutely.
I guess as the promoter, I guess that's why you spend the money to do it, I guess, so you can pick who you want to have there. But no, we'll try and make it as fair as possible and
sure.
Make it as good a show as possible. But again, we want to have a great fan experience, but not only that, we want to have a great puller experience. We want to have one of the best run indoor pulls that you can have, and wine and dine them a little bit and make them want to come back again the next year if we have it again, and just really have a memorable moment there indoors at Fort Wayne. So
yeah, I love it. Well, Russ, I know you're busy, but I want to bring you on tonight and just kind of let you talk about your event a little bit. So good luck. We'll be talking about it a lot here the next couple of months, and enjoy the holidays, and then let's get after it.
Yep. All right. Thanks for having me.
Thanks,
Thank
Russ.
you for your time, Russ.
See you, Russ.
Oops. Sorry, Kens. Russ Yoder, everybody. What a show.
I know. Just in time, too.
What's that, Ken?
Just in time before they kick Randy and I out.
Yep, no, that's good. Chris Kilbarger says great stuff, Russ. So it's great. I mean, Fort Wayne. Guys, that's. Is that my internet? Is that yeah?
Yeah.
Jason, that's you.
I think you're good now.
Okay.
Okay, we're back.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up some old YouTube videos. You guys talk about the show a little bit, and I'm gonna pull up some stuff from Fort Wayne, some old stuff on YouTube because that place is cool, super cool.
Okay, Randy and I got 8 minutes. So
well, then start talking, Chica.
Go ahead, Logan. Fire away about what you've seen this weekend.
So this weekend, I think we are left with a lot more questions than answers this weekend. There was definitely some very big announcements on.
Tell people where you were, Logan. Maybe they don't know who you are. Sorry.
Okay. Backing up here, Randy and I had the pleasure of attending, and we got to see a guest appearance from Kinsey there.
I was like, I didn't forget about
Hot Shot Secret Pro Pulling League banquet there in Louisville, Kentucky. We were greeted there with a great time there. Pulled in Thursday night, got to see the good old Randy. I think they were down at the bowling alley, so we had a good time there. And then Friday night we were treated to something a little bit special. The owner of the IHRA, Daryl Cuddle, and associates were there to greet us, along with the bright idea from Simons on what's going to be called the Fent High Stakes Series. And what it's going to be is 5 events that are 2 hooks apiece all around the country. I'm sure with as many rumors of what we've heard of where the events could be, we can make an event series of 15 of them because nobody knows where we're going to have these events, all besides the one we know of Farley, Iowa. So that was a very big deal. It's going to be one of the largest payback series ever for any polling organization. 10 grand to win a night. So it's going to be very, very big for all of the competitors. So 120 vehicles, and it's going to be a great show coming this summer all across the nation. Then Saturday night, we were there for the actual banquet. Everything went over well. Champions were crowned, and honorable people were recognized. So, and then
you got the scholarship, didn't you, Logan?
I did. I was lucky enough to be one of few to get a nice scholarship from good old Pro Polling League. So very, very thankful for that.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring Russ back on. Kenzie, can you mute yourself for a second?
Yeah.
Okay. Russ, is this the pits that the pullers are gonna be pitting in right here?
Sorry, what was that?
Are these the actual pits that the pullers? This the same pits that they used in the past?
I don't see what you're doing. I can't see it.
Oh, you can't? Kenzie, can you see it? Logan, can you see it?
I can see it. He might be on his phone and it might be a little wonky.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am on my phone right now.
All right. Well, we're just showing. I'm showing. Dan Mayer had some video on his YouTube channel from 2002. Wonder why you can't see it. So, okay, I'll shut up then. Sorry, Russ.
You're fine.
Thanks, Russ.
Kenzie or Logan, keep going on the PPL banquet. Sorry.
So I had that scholarship deal. I was lucky enough, and then we crowned the champions of both the Silver Series Pro Polling and the Pro Polling League Champions Tour, along with some of the vehicles from the Midwest region. Following the banquet, we tried to get Randy to eat pizza that wasn't from his own pizza shop, and that was a no-go. So we ordered pizzas at like midnight or something. It was like 1:15 before we got them. So we were up way later than we should have. But no, it was a blast. It's always fun to just sit there and hang out and talk with your pollers. It almost makes it more enjoyable because you don't have your vehicle to worry about making a pass with the next day. Yep. So you can still sit there and talk tractor pulling without the added stress of it. So no, the banquet season's always an awesome time to have. So it's really a big family. So that's the 10,000 foot flyby from the whole IHRA, PPL, and Fence series.
Gotcha. Randy, do you have anything to add, sir?
No, that's pretty much. Logan definitely hit the highlight reel. It was good. We did our usual. We were on a little bit too late. Maybe burn a piston first night, but that's just how it goes. And it was a lot of fun. Got to see a lot of people we hadn't seen in a while. But yeah, there's like I said, there was definitely a lot. We left there with a lot more questions and answers. That's for sure. But PRIs when they're going to reveal those other 5 or other 4 locations. I believe they said Thursday of PRI. So that'll be fun.
Do the pullers have to buy in? Did you guys hear that at all? I've heard 10,000, 11,000, 0.
Yeah, it's $11,000 entry fee.
The way it breaks down is the pullers will pay in 11 grand, and basically what that means for them, if they were to get last at every single event, they'd get their money back.
Okay.
So as a puller, it's one of those deals where they're making sure that you got enough skin on the table to run the full series.
And then I forget what the points paid out, but I think the points paid down 8 places or 9 places.
Yeah, the points were another 10 grand to win the points.
Okay.
So if you were to sweep the whole entire season, that'd be 110 grand.
Yep, that'd be a feat for sure. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
This is some video from Fort Wayne that we're showing right now. That is the Coliseum there. I think it's the War Coliseum or Allen Memorial War Coliseum. But this is from 2002. I pulled this off of Dan Mayer's YouTube channel. But I wanted to show this. This venue is legit. It is a legit venue. Because that's one thing you always hear right away. It's an indoor track. Well, how long is it? And we heard Russ say they're going to try to put a 320, 330 foot track in there. So that's good stuff.
Sure.
Cool.
Maybe it's like outside pulling.
Pretty much.
Yep.
For sure.
That's a huge building.
Yeah, it is. Logan, that was your chance to sweet talk Russ and being one of his promoters.
He's still backstage. He's still backstage.
We got to butter him up. You got to butter him up, Logan.
I got to do a little sweet talking there, a little putting some caramel on the corn kernels.
All right.
But
He's back, Logan. Tell him
I don't want to be that guy that says, well, here I am after never talking to you ever before there, Russ. but
one small kernel, I'm telling you.
one small kernel, and not every piece of corn has a chance of turning into a nice piece of popcorn, but I think we got a couple vehicles that can turn into a pretty good piece of popcorn. So for your consideration, we would like to toss our hat in there.
So we need a resume. We need a resume and a highlight video, Logan. Okay.
I think I can get something worked out.
Yep. So Russ can't see the video, but we've been showing the 4-wheel drive trucks from Fort Wayne inside, and get a lot of comments like legendary trucks and stuff like that. So it's gonna be fun, and they're having semis inside as well. And I think there were some semis in this video back here at the end. Yeah. That truck. You see that truck on TPA nowadays, Randy?
Yes, that's Yep. Fred
Sanders.
Fred Sanders, yes.
Yep.
Look at that little whistle on there.
Wow.
Compared to today's
that's
standard.
an itty bitty thing.
Yep.
There he is. Yep.
Somebody said they do sprint car racing. Yeah, you guys, this place is huge. The Fort Wayne Coliseum. It's freaking huge.
Yeah, look at that. That'll probably go on the inside of the exhaust wheel nowadays. So for sure.
Wow. Well, let's put a bow tie on this one, baby. Next weekend, I'll report back from the Outlaw Banquet. Randy, Logan, you guys need to find somebody for next week. How about that?
Yeah, we'll get her. We can get something sorted out there.
Absolutely, we will.
I want to keep talking.
What I want to do.
I want to keep talking to these promoters, guys. They're doing these events and stuff. This is fun. It makes it fun for everybody. So
yeah, I might have to make a trip down to the Ozarks and see you down there, Jason.
Okay, I'll pick you up. If you need me to pick you up on Friday, let me know. I'll grab you.
Well, the Lake House is an open venue too. That down there.
Oh, yeah.
So
I like that.
I'm sure you have plenty of other things to do, but no, I might have to come see you.
Kenzie and Randy got to go. We'll let them go. See you guys.
See you guys.
Yeah, Logan. So we'll wrap it up. Oops, I got to remove them. We both are doing it. There we go. Yeah, so we're showing some video. We're going to wrap it up here. We're showing some video of from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Again, they're going to be back there March 6th and 7th. I also think Tucker's going back to Gordyville that weekend as well. I saw a post on there, but none of the classes are going to conflict at all. The classes that Clint's having in Gordyville are not going to be the classes that are going to be pulling here in Fort Wayne. So I think you're safe there from that puller, from that avenue. Nobody's going to have to make a choice on that, if you know what I mean. So
yep, it sounded like March is going to be a pretty well packed.
Yeah, we got March 6th and 7th is. Well, for us, we got 3 in a row with NTPA. Yep. Fort Wayne, then we go to Florida for the Southern Swing. We got 2 events there. That's going to be a lot of fun. We've been announcing that. Yeah, it's been a lot of good stuff. If you haven't seen it yet, folks, for those of you that are watching on social media, we have feature weeks the next 6 weeks. And then so right now on Full Pull Live, all the Full Pull social channels, it's all about super stock diesel tractors this week. That's it. That's all we're talking about. That's all we're posting. Dan Mayer posted his 2025 season recap tonight at 7 Eastern. And then tomorrow night at 7 Eastern, we're going to have our Wilds rides and kind of our highlight videos. That's about 30 minutes long. That's going to drop tomorrow night. And then, of course, in Wednesday night is the podcast. This week in Pulling with Dan, Jeremy, and Miles. And then we have the No Practice podcast with Chase, Tyler, and Adam. I'm not sure who their guests are this week. And then Thursday we're doing some prediction shows. But like every day we kind of have a theme, Logan, and it's been a lot of fun to do all of that. So
yeah, I saw next week that's going to be a big week is the mini.
Yeah,
class.
those mini rod guys, we like those mini rods. So I'm not gonna lie.
No,
I'm not gonna lie.
no, Jason, you need one.
I'm too
Little
fat.
remedy.
I'm too fat.
Little medicine kind of deal.
Here's the feature week. I wanted to put that up there. I forgot to do that earlier. But these are the weeks that we're having. So we got minis, pro stocks, PRI week, then light modifieds, unlimiteds, and then super stock diesels to round out the end of the year. So, so that's it. Those are your favorite classes. Head on over to Full Pull, share them around, and different things like that. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of work, but a lot of fun, Logan. So.
It will definitely keep the off season entertaining.
We're trying. That's what we do, and there isn't much of an off season anymore. You know, we had the PPL banquet last weekend, Outlaw banquet this weekend, the NTPA banquets that first weekend after Thanksgiving down in Orlando, Florida, and then we go to PRI, and then it's basically Christmas, and then January we fire it back up. So
you're right back going to Cloverdale and Gordyville and Fort Wayne, and then right into the Grand National season.
Are you and your dad gonna come down to Florida?
Oh, we're toying it around. A lot of it depends upon our motor program. If we can get stuff back from engine builders. I know there's a lot of guys that already have had their stuff to engine builders trying to get them back together for the Florida swing. So we're kind of playing it by ear, and we'll see if we can get some things together.
Yep. We appreciate everybody watching every night. We usually get about 100 people watching live on YouTube and Facebook, kind of on different pages. Got my personal page up. We're live on Twitter or X or whatever it's called now, but it's nice to see that. You can always go back and listen to this on iTunes and Spotify anytime. Just type in Let's Grow Pulling. Logan, it's been great having you and Randy on the podcast.
Yeah.
Mixing it up a little bit, having fun. And
it's been a pleasure.
I kind of hijacked the podcast tonight. I want you to do more talking, but you're busy with the banquet, and next week we can do that back. So it's going to be fun. So we appreciate everybody watching. Pulling is growing. Let us know what you want on here. Reach out to Logan, reach out to me, reach out to Randy. Randy isn't easy to find on social like Logan and I are, but I can get you his cell phone number. And we can have some fun. Chris Kilbarger, he is a loyal podcast fan. He watches all the podcasts everywhere. There's a lot of podcasts now. Shane Hunt's doing a really good job with Motorsports Almanac. He's doing a lot of shorter stuff now. News. I mean, we need to cover the sport and talk about it and promote it, and that's what they're doing. And not just stand at the end of the track and show videos. I'm talking about doing the interviews, interview the drivers, stuff like that. Show the stuff behind the scenes. That's what makes it a lot of fun, and that's what we want to do. And that's what I'm really happy with everybody, what they're doing out there. It's a lot of fun. So, what's this guy saying? This other person needs to talk and not the boss. Who's Zach Williams? Is that one of your buddies, Logan?
I don't recognize it.
This other person needs to talk and not the boss. I'm not sure what he means. So, we gotta let you talk more, Logan? Is that what he's saying?
I don't know. You're a good talker there, Jason.
It's all good. It's all good. Have you seen Rob Guys? What is this?
That name sounds familiar.
Is that a YouTube channel?
That is a YouTube channel, Rob Guy's Garage.
Okay, I think what's up, Jason? Matt Carter's checking in. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in. I don't know who we're going to have on next Monday now yet, but thanks to Clay and Carl Zimmerman. Came in, they talked about their awesome toy display. That was really cool. Mike and Amanda Weaklands stopped in to talk about they're adding a second track and their dates for next year. Then Kyle Petch, Chief Operating Officer of the Outlaw, stopped in. He's getting ready for the Outlaw banquet this weekend. And then Cody Lewis and Stephen Schaus came on to talk about Macon, Missouri. They're going to NTPA Grand National this year, 3 nights of pulling. And then Russ Yoder was our last guest tonight. Kenzie and Randy logged off a little bit ago because they have to head to they have to get out of the restaurant they were in. So Logan and I are wrapping it up. So Logan, say goodbye.
Well, thank you guys for another great show. We'll keep on keeping on with as much info as we can get you about the evolving stories. So stay tuned and let's grow pulling.
Thanks, Logan. Have a good night, everybody.
See ya.
Today,
today.
One Chocomo today. If you're at a national state level, you have to run non-sales, wholesale.
Is 9,000.
The only mistake I made, I didn't put her in the registration booth with the just this ever-evolving story.